Okay, we have a tech problem with, no, it's come back? Okay. So if you take the Slido code, and what should happen should be, you should, if you ask yourself those questions, if I give this task to someone else, how much time will I save? No? Okay, all right, well, okay, forget the Slido. We have a tech problem, it's not coming up. So, just a point in time, do that exercise yourself. Write down those tasks that you do regularly. Could you give any of those to a member of your team? If so, how much time would it save? And then do it. The next question is, how do we get the best from people? And that's all of you, sometime in your career, will have been giving your best. Because that time, you were happy to go to work. Why were you happy to go to work? Because you were inspired at work. Why were you inspired at work? Because you had a great boss. And because you had a great boss, you felt good. And I'm sure that all of you will have felt like that at some point in your career. Now, the lesson that you learn from that great boss you had is about doing what they did for you for other people. And I say you will get copies of these slides. So the next question is, when you think about the best boss that you ever had in your life, what did they do each day for you that made them so special, made them the best boss you ever had? Okay? And exercise to think about that best boss and write down what were the things they did for you. Now, this question I ask of leaders, and they tell me what their boss did. And what is powerful is that it does not matter where in the world I ask the question. The answers are always the same. The same answer about what my best boss did. Anywhere in the world, any sector, business, government, it's always the same list. And these are what people say. Just simply, my boss gave me good targets. My boss told me what was happening. My boss developed me. My boss let me get on with things and didn't interfere. My boss praised me when I had done good work. My boss respected me as a person and a professional. My boss supported me when I needed it. My boss had integrity. My boss built trust with me. My boss was honest. My boss led by example. My boss listened to me. My boss asked for my ideas. My boss showed they cared about me as a person. My boss didn't blame me for genuine mistakes. That's an interesting one. My boss was fair and treated me decently. My boss supported me. And my boss inspired me because they were so enthusiastic. It's always that list. And if you take that list and if you think about your best boss, you will have the same list. If you take that list and do more of those things, you will get the best from your people. Guaranteed. So think about that and try that. In a team, if you do more of those things, you can get 30% more effort from 60% of people. If you are in an organization and all leaders do that, how much more could your organization achieve if you were getting 30% more effort from 60% of people? When you look at those simple actions by a boss, and every leader in an organization does those things, what happens? The evidence is clear. Performance goes up. Flexibility to do different work goes up. Efficiency of process goes up. Innovation improves. People stay in the job and don't leave. Risk and safety are better. People feel better. Employee engagement, which is a measure of how much your people give, goes up. And the evidence is if you are in the business world, you can get 10% on bottom line, i.e. profits, more just by doing those actions which don't cost any money. I worked with a house building company in UK. They got all the leaders in their organization to do those things more. Within 2 years, they first had 40% of their workers would say to their friends or family, "Come and join us." In 2 years, by doing those actions, it was 80% of their workers were saying to friends and family, "Come and join us." The results were better performance, better product, better profits, just by doing those actions. How come it's so powerful, just doing those simple things? Because when you ask people to do their best for you, 60% is it a good plan? 40% is, do I trust my boss? That is how powerful the trust is. This works almost automatically. Okay? This is a human brain. And if you or I or anybody do something that you like, this works automatically. Because if you do something I like, I will respond positively. I will show you I like it. And I will be in a good mood. And you see I am in a good mood, and that makes you feel good. And we create a circle of feeling good, feeling motivated. And it's automatic because it's powered by 2 chemicals in our brain, serotonin and cortisol. Now, when you do the things on that list, when you create a place where people work and they feel good, what is happening in their brains? This is what is happening. They have tested this. This is really what is happening in their brains. Their brains are making new connections, new electrical connections. And those new electrical connections make their brain speed up. So when you are in a good workplace, your brain is thinking and doing so many things. It actually makes your brain grow. A good workplace makes your brain grow. It grows your capability to do the job. It grows your creativity. It builds trust to do the job. It grows your belief in your organization. It helps you grow your mindset to think wider. It helps you learn from mistakes, and it makes you be more entrepreneurial, just by those simple actions. But if it is a bad workplace, and people are in stress, this is what happens. And this causes adrenaline to flow. Adrenaline closes down your brain. So in a bad workplace, people's brains slow down and they do less work. The challenge that you all have is to make everyone want to do everything. You want people not to say, I don't care, but to say, I do care about what happens. Why is this so important? In an organization, if you say to people, we have a new thing we must do, normally, out of all of your workers, about 16 to 17% will say, I think this is a good idea. About 70% will say, I will wait and see what happens. 15, 16 say, I don't want to do it. Those actions on that list move this. Those simple actions get you to 30% saying, yes, I want to do this. If you get to 30%, that is enough to make sure it actually happens. Because the 60% join with the 30%. And your project works, your change works, getting things done works better. So now your people are giving you their best. But do they know why they are giving their best? Organizations say, just do your job. You do not need to know anything else. But if leaders want people to give their best, they need to see and understand the picture around them. What does the boss want to have happen? What are these people doing? How can these people help me? And telling them how this big picture works inspires them. Explaining how the big picture of the organization works can get up to 36% more effort. It aligns, it focuses effort. It builds understanding. It builds networks. You're here to network. It builds networks because people talk to each other. It enhances agility, makes people more effective. But the greatest thing is it creates one organization. What do I mean by that? You all know in big organizations, in big government departments, it's not really one organization. It's many little organizations who often do not talk to each other enough. Then when you are doing those things, it gives you time to look outside, to look at the wide world and say, where are the opportunities for the future? What I say is it is a we can culture. It's not a we can't culture, we won't culture. It's yes, we can do this for our organization. Yes, this organization, it's not about me, it is about us as a team, us as an organization. And that's what you can create. And what is even more interesting is for those of you who are senior leaders, if you do these things as well, your leadership example produces extra impact because people are looking at you and saying, the chief executive shows he cares about us as employees. That can add another 20% of effort. So leading by example is proven to get extra effort in organizations. The work in UBS where we did this massively increased profits, but with less people, and won many awards, proving these things I'm talking to you about work. So, if you do these simple things, what benefits can you get? You could get half a working day, a week, more time. You could get 30% more effort from 60% of people. You could get 30% more things done by people networking and talking. You will get all of those other things in terms of customer focus, efficiency, and you could get, if you're in a commercial organization, 10% on your profits for free. The power of this, you can make this happen from tomorrow. Because one, most of you in the room are already doing these things. You just need to focus more on those that add most value. It's your current experience. It's nothing new. You know about this already. It's taking it up a gear. In organizations, they say there is 40% more emotional power. What do I mean by that? It's the difference between, as an employee, I am doing my job, to, as an employee, I believe in my boss. I believe in my organization. I believe in what we are doing. And I will give my best because I believe. And you can do more of it from tomorrow. So what I want to leave you with, just before I finish, is the things that I have said. What I would like you to do is, I would like you to think about one thing that you can do as a result of what I have said in the future. Yeah? What I'd like you to do is, I would like you to write that one thing down on a piece of paper, so you have it in your hand, so you can go and do it. And I will leave you with 1 minute to write down on the piece of paper one action you will take from the things I have said. Do you want to?
क्रिसले हामीलाई विभिन्न आइडियाहरू सेयर गर्नुभयो जसले गर्दा जसलाई इम्प्लिमेन्ट गरेर हामीले आफ्नो अर्गनाइजेसनको प्रोडक्टिभिटी बढाउन सक्छौँ। हाम्रो अर्गनाइजेसनमा हुने जुन नेगेटिभिटीहरू छ त्यसलाई कसरी कम बनाउने र क्रिसले भन्नुभए अनुसार एउटा ठुलो अर्गनाइजेसन एउटा त भनिन्छ तर एउटा हुँदैन, त्यो भित्र विभिन्न ग्रुपहरू हुन्छ, ग्रुपिजमहरू हुन्छ, विभिन्न छुट्टा छुट्टै भएर काम गरिरहेका हुन्छन्। अब जुन यो आजको हाम्रो सेसन भयो यसबाट हामीले जे कुराहरू सिक्यौँ त्यो मध्येको एउटा तपाईले कुन कुरा इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्नुहुन्छ जसले तपाईको अर्गनाइजेसनमा तपाईको करियरमा सक्सेस ल्याउनेछ र तपाईलाई र तपाईको अर्गनाइजेसनलाई अगाडि बढाउनेछ, त्यो एउटा शब्द लेख्नुहोस् कुनै एउटा पेपरमा।
Okay, 1 minute. Have you all got one thing you can do? Yes? Good. Okay. I promise you it will make a difference. So, if you are on the Slido and it's still working, if you click there, you will be able to connect to me on LinkedIn.